Okay, guys, I have a problem here that I'm going to do as an extra example from our Unit 2 A Day 6 for complex fractions. So before before I wrote on this, I wanted you to see what we have here. I see that as one large fraction called a complex, but I'm going to isolate the numerator and isolate the denominator and then write it horizontally so that I can see what I'm dealing with. This way I know that this guy is going to stick as is for a while, but this guy over here is a little messy. It needs to be combined, and I need to work on that. So I'm going to go off to the right over here, just looking at this piece and say, I need common denominators, so that means right here I'm missing an x plus 1. Again, I'm only looking at the second fraction. So now I've got that going on there. I'm going to stay with this for a while and try to make this, again, a little bit better off. So what I've got now, when I combine these two, I've got one LCD of x minus 3 times x plus 1. That's because both of these are now the same. I've got 1 from the first, and then that plus sign. And then now, I could do distributive property, but it's just by 1, so it doesn't really change the value. So now my numerator is really x plus 2 divided by that LCD that I found. Now that is my second fraction there that's behind the division. So what I now understand, if I drop this down, is now I've really got just two simple fractions. So I can take that second fraction, leave the first as is, multiply, invert, or the definition of division of fractions is to multiply by the reciprocal. So I'm going to invert this, meaning I'm going to use its reciprocal. And now when I look at this now, I mean, look at what we've got now. We've got this big multiplication that I can kind of combine now, put together. Again, it's multiplication on the top, multiplication on the bottom. I now see that I've got a common factor of x plus 1 in both cases. That's going to leave me with x minus 3 divided by x plus 2. That appears to be my final answer. So this is my simplified fraction of the original, which was awful messy. Now what I didn't do is the exclusions. I have to do exclusions early in the denominators and also late. So early I got x is not equal to 1, negative 1. That's from here. This guy was factored over here, so x cannot be 3 and x cannot be negative 1. We've already got the negative 1. And then just at the very last step, I've also got to check that right there, so x cannot be equal to negative 2. All three of those are exclusions for this piece of the puzzle. So there you have it. Reach out if you've got questions. Again, this was for Day 6, Unit 2A.